In the annals of rock history, few figures are as enigmatic and tumultuous as Ozzy Osbourne. As the frontman of Black Sabbath, his raw vocals and stage presence catapulted the band to legendary status. However, behind the scenes, Osbourne's battles with substance abuse and erratic behavior cast long shadows over his personal relationships and the band's cohesion. Tony Iommi, Black Sabbath's guitarist and co-founder, has often shed light on these turbulent times, revealing the profound impact of Osbourne's actions on those around him. Picture this: Birmingham, England, late 1960s. Four young men, Ozzy Osbourne, Tony Iommi, Geezer Butler, and Bill Ward, come together to form a band that would soon redefine heavy metal. Their chemistry was undeniable, with Osbourne's haunting vocals perfectly complementing Iommi's heavy riffs. The camaraderie among the members was palpable, a brotherhood forged in the fires of their shared passion for music. However, as their fame grew, so did the pressures of the rock and roll lifestyle. Osbourne began to indulge heavily in alcohol and drugs, a path that would lead to unpredictable behavior and strained relationships within the band. By the mid-1970s, Osbourne's substance abuse had escalated to alarming levels. His heavy drinking and drug use led to erratic behavior, missed rehearsals, and subpar performances. Tony Iommi, in various interviews, has recounted the challenges of working with Osbourne during this period. The band's stability was constantly under threat, with Osbourne's unpredictability making it difficult to maintain a cohesive unit. Geezer Butler and Bill Ward also bore the brunt of Osbourne's actions. Ward, in particular, struggled with his own substance abuse issues, and Osbourne's behavior often exacerbated his struggles. The once tight-knit group found themselves drifting apart, with personal grievances overshadowing their musical collaboration. The tipping point came in 1979. After a series of disappointing performances and escalating tensions, the band made the difficult decision to part ways with Osbourne. Tony Iommi has described this period as one of the most challenging in the band's history. Despite their deep bond, Osbourne's behavior had become untenable, and the band felt they had no choice but to move forward without him. Osbourne's departure marked a significant turning point for Black Sabbath. While they continued to make music with new frontmen, the absence of Osbourne's distinctive voice and presence was deeply felt. For Osbourne, this period was marked by further personal decline as he struggled to find his footing outside the band. Ozzy Osbourne's struggles with substance abuse reached far beyond the stage, wreaking havoc on his personal life and leaving wounds that would take years to heal. His marriage to Sharon Osbourne, the woman who stood by him through his highest and lowest lows, became a battleground as his addictions escalated. Sharon has recounted painful memories of living with Ozzy during his darkest moments, revealing instances of verbal abuse that cut deeply as well as physical altercations that left scars, both literal and emotional. For Sharon, each day was a gamble, unsure if she would face the loving husband she knew or the erratic stranger created by alcohol and drugs. It was a life lived in constant vigilance, a balancing act between love and survival. For all of her strength, the toll was undeniable. She became both Ozzy's protector and, at times, his victim, bound by a love that was as resilient as it was tested. Their children, Amy, Kelly, and Jack, were equally affected, growing up in an environment clouded by the chaos of their father's addictions. While many children remember carefree family moments, Ozzy's children faced an atmosphere shadowed by instability. For them, their father's fame and success meant little when his addictions took center stage. Kelly and Jack, in particular, witnessed their father's highs and lows with painful clarity, and the trauma of those years would follow them well into adulthood. They, too, would struggle with their own addictions, each battle echoing the struggles they had watched their father endure. Their home, filled with the opulence that Ozzy's fame had bought, was often empty of the peace and security that most families take for granted. In his more sober reflections, Ozzy has spoken about the overwhelming guilt and sorrow he feels for the suffering he inflicted upon his family. He doesn't shy away from the responsibility he bears. Instead, he acknowledges, with a heavy heart, the lasting scars his actions have left on those he loves most. He has admitted that, at the height of his addiction, he couldn't fully grasp the damage he was causing. His world had narrowed to the next drink, the next high, with little room left for anything else. Now, however, he sees those years for what they were: a descent into darkness that stole precious time from his family, time he can never reclaim. Rebuilding those fractured relationships has been a journey marked by difficulty but also by an unyielding hope. Sharon's love for him, tempered by her own strength, became the anchor he clung to as he struggled to find his way back. The scars remain, a testament to what they survived together, but so does the bond that has endured through it all. For his children, forgiveness has come slowly, built upon years of shared pain and tentative steps toward healing. Ozzy understands that every family gathering, every moment of peace, is hard-won, and he cherishes them with a gratitude that he may not have been capable of in his younger years. Today, Ozzy's family is proof of both the destruction addiction can wreak and the resilience that love can inspire. His journey to sobriety has been a testament to the power of redemption, a chance to heal the wounds he once inflicted. Though the shadows of the past linger, Ozzy's commitment to his family has become his redemption arc, a testament to the sacrifices they made for him and the strength it took to rebuild from the ruins. For Ozzy, each moment with his family now is a second chance, a chance to be the husband and father he could never be in those dark years, a chance to prove that even the deepest scars can heal. In the years following his departure from Black Sabbath, Osborne embarked on a solo career that saw both highs and lows. His continued substance abuse led to numerous personal and professional setbacks. However, the turning point came in the early 2000s when he committed to sobriety. With the support of his family and former bandmates, Osborne began the long road to recovery. Tony Iommi, despite their past conflicts, stood by Osborne during this time, highlighting the enduring bond between them. Their relationship, once strained to the breaking point, found a path to healing. Today, as Ozzy Osbourne reflects on his tumultuous past, his heart is heavy with a mixture of regret and gratitude. The wild rock star who once reveled in chaos now sits with a perspective honed by age, sobriety, and loss. He openly acknowledges the pain he caused not only to himself but to everyone who loved him. The scars are there, both visible and invisible, etched into the lives of his family, his bandmates, and the fans who watched his descent. He recalls, with a pang of sorrow, the moments he lost to addiction, missed birthdays, broken promises, concerts performed through a fog of substances. Yet, alongside the regret, there is gratitude for second chances, for a family that stood by him, and for the resilience he somehow found within himself to confront his demons and reclaim his life. Tony Iommi's reflections on Osborne add another layer to this legacy. For years, Iommi carried the weight of Osborne's erratic behavior on his own shoulders, managing the band's stability while navigating the turbulence Ozzy brought to every tour and every recording session. Iommi's revelations about those years reveal not just the trials of fame but the profound toll of loyalty. While others may have walked away, Iommi stayed, his loyalty to the music and to his bandmate keeping him tied to the journey however dark it got. Iommi's insights shed light on a side of rock and roll rarely discussed: the personal costs, the sacrifices, and the silent endurance required of those who stand by loved ones lost in addiction. His reflections emphasize that forgiveness is a journey, one that requires time, pain, and the courage to believe that healing is possible. For Osborne, the journey to redemption has been nothing short of monumental. Confronting the damage left in addiction's wake required more than just apologies. It demanded change, humility, and the willingness to live differently. Through years of struggle, therapy, and the support of his wife Sharon, he has worked to rebuild the relationships he once tore apart. His road to recovery was littered with relapses, with moments of despair and frustration, but he never stopped trying. Each year brought more clarity, each setback a deeper understanding of the strength he needed to break free. It was a journey not just to sobriety but to a new way of living, one where he could look in the mirror and, for the first time in years, recognize the man looking back. The story of Ozzy Osbourne and Tony Iommi, however, is not merely one of survival, it is one of brotherhood tempered by the fire of adversity. Their bond, once strained to the breaking point, has been reforged through forgiveness and mutual respect. Iommi's willingness to forgive, to understand that Ozzy's destructive path was as much an internal battle as an outward force, brought their friendship to a place neither of them could have imagined in their youth. What was once a friendship built on music and shared ambition is now one rooted in resilience, in a hard-won understanding of the toll addiction takes, and in the enduring hope that even the most broken relationships can be mended. Today, Osborne and Iommi's story serves as a powerful testament to the rock and roll world, a cautionary tale, and a beacon of hope all at once. Their journey reminds us that legacies are not written solely in fame and records sold, but in the battles fought offstage, in the relationships rebuilt after years of turmoil, and in the capacity for redemption that lies within us all. For Ozzy, his legacy is no longer about the excesses that once defined him. Instead, it is about the strength he found in sobriety, the forgiveness he earned, and the courage it took to confront the darkness within. He may still be the Prince of Darkness, but his greatest victory lies in his journey toward the light.